all that stuff. They seemed very composed and, they're very comfortable in that style of game, and they just got Edmonton off their game. So what worries me for the Oilers now is the message is we need to be more composed. We can't take that many penalties. We need to play within ourselves, take a cross-check, take a whatever. And now Florida's going to have less sticks on them, more access to the net. Like, Edmonton's going to try to not take as many penalties. Would they take 11 last night?
11.
They're going to not take. And if you're Florida,
the most
perfect.
since the
Create room for
mid-'80s.
ourselves out there.
Most combined penalty minutes in a Stanley Cup final game. The most was the Flames and Canadiens in 86. Panthers Golden Knights 23 with 148. Canucks Bruins with 145 in 2011. And last night was the fourth most in the history of the Stanley Cup final with 140 combined penalty minutes. So bit of a hootenanny out there.
And it was the most PIMs in any playoff game this year, and the third most all season long. That game was out of order.
Yeah. We talk about what makes the Florida Panthers great. And, toughness is one thing, but, like we've said, they have tough guys in their fourth line, but, they're not all particularly, bruisers. But, they just have guys that make you want to do dumb crap all the time. You look at Tkachuk in the eye, and he's got that stupid mouth guard outside of his face, and he's always in your goalie's face, and he's just, doing stuff to piss you off. Yeah. They're elite at making you mad and making you do dumb stuff, and then you see them go in the power play, and they go globetrotters on you.
Yeah.
It's just, they're so good at every facet.
And so frustrating, because then you get Marchand.
And look at this flop by Bobrovsky. Oh, my God. That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
He should be fine. He should be fine for that.
Neymar would be proud of that one. Yeah. That's embarrassing. But anyways,
Yeah, so the Oilers end up shorthanded a lot. So, yeah, next game, really tough to me to go into a game against the Panthers thinking, be careful.
Yeah.
That's
the last emotion
start.
that's the last emotion you should have.
Another 2 games between games Thursday night. It resumes. Who do you like that better for?
Florida.
Yeah, it depends, though. McDavid and Draisaitl.
2 days at home.
The path to winning for Edmonton is McDavid and Draisaitl are, undeniable, and Skinner's better, right? So do those guys need the most rest? Do you need them at their very best to get what you need?
I'm not sure it's enough. I think they need 2 or 3 guys to once again step up. I don't know if it's another Perry, Miracle, Arvidsson, Brown, Nugent Hopkins hurting. He didn't have an impact last night, right? But it was a game-time decision. We don't even know if he's playing at 50% or 60%.
Didn't practice today.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
and the fact that the Oilers did practice today is kind of crazy in itself.
Can you really see the Edmonton Oilers winning 3 of 4 games now?
Yeah.
The only reason I can.
With Draisaitl, McDavid, Skinner at the top of their game, because I don't think it's enough. I think there needs.
Hyman is so bad.
They need depth guys to step out again and,
when you
and get a job
don't have
done.
a ton of depth guys, losing a physical, fast, scory depth guy in Hyman really hurts. Last year the Oilers beat the Panthers 3 times in the Stanley Cup final in a row. It's not impossible. The one thing I'll note,
just have to win Thursday.
Yeah.
Have to win Thursday, and then you're going home with a chance to go back up. Thursday night is, it's a big game, but for the history of the league in terms of Connor McDavid and the trajectory of his career, Thursday night is as big as it gets hockey game in the NHL.
If you believe that the Panthers are a more defense first type of team and more by whatever power plays at the start of a period when there's fresh ice, they do worse. I know people don't know that, but because the penalty kill is rested and they have a chance to set and make a plan. They're energized and they're ready to kill. So you get hard workers can outdo your skill guys. My point is that helps Florida if you're the hardworking defense team.
So the Harlem Globetrotter goal, right?
Oh my
the
God.
Ekblad goal. He started the power play with, I think, Marchand's line. And then on the back half, after the penalty killers are exhausted, then he throws out Barkov and Reinhart.
Yeah.
And it was you knew that goal was coming.
Yeah. Well, they have flipped who their PP1 is, right? Florida, it was starting power plays with the Marchand unit because they've been so good.
So good.
Which, by the way, is such a funny Leafs thing because we watch them all year long about can you break it up into 2 units?
No, not allowed.
It's illegal. You go to jail if you do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Florida has proven that it's okay to have 2 power play units.
I have 2 things. Wes McCauley, of course, wanted to make sure it was about him last night in the first period. He wants to make as many.
I honestly didn't even know it was old.
Enough penalties. Like these little ticky-tack. It's like, oh my God, it's the final. Let's see some 5-on-5 action. So first of all, that drove me crazy. Second of all, the Leafs paid more for Scott Laughton than the Panthers did for Brad Marchand. And that will keep me up at night for the rest of my life.
He didn't want to. He wanted to go to Florida, right?
Yeah. It's only Florida. It was
Don't
only
care.
Florida.
Don't care.
It just hurts. It does, yeah.
It's
Similar contribution.
very animal.
Not in anyone's wildest dreams did we think that Brad Marchand was going to come in and have that type of impact. Did we?
Come
You
on,
did it?
yeah.
We did it?
Of course you thought that could happen.
Not like that.
What?
Of course you thought that could happen.
One of the greatest playoff performers of our era, joining the best playoff team of the era.
But he's
doing well together.
Listen,
What a surprise.
he's coming off. He's coming off like an off season. He came off multiple injuries. He didn't even. He had no training camp. Like, come on, his numbers are off the charts.
It's Brad Marchand.
I know.
He's unbelievable.
I know.
It looked really weird for the first couple weeks, and I don't think he was into it as much. And it was just, and then he settled into that third line with those fins, and it just, God, it makes me sick.
He's got to be
he's going to make $8 million next year.
Good for him.
7.5.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, he should.
He deserves it.
He should. And the Leafs should give it to him.
Sure, done. And Sam Bennett, 12.5.
Oh,
Let's
my
do it.
God.
Oh my God, Sammy,
God.
spending like a drunken sailor.
Let's just go. Let's go. I don't want to think about the Panthers anymore.
Well, you have to because it's not over.
I don't want to.